to do this. Ah, you won't let me. The orientation, I don't know why. I really want to explain to you why I feel good when I give you a smile or love. Because it's energy, and energy flows backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. So when I smile with my eyes, with my body, with everything that I am giving you love unconditionally. And I feel like $1 million because it comes back. I don't need there to be anyone watching. I just feel amazing. Try it. Smile with every cell in your body. Try it. I started this because I wanted it to be a shorter video that people may watch it more. Because if you're feeling depressed, I want you to feel good. I want you to look in my eyes at the love that I feel towards you if you're feeling low today. I'm going to get closer. And even if you're not watching at the moment, you will at some point. Look at my eyes. Look how much you are loved. Because I'm an earth angel and I'm here to teach you love and how to feel love, real love, without expecting anything back. And God knows I don't get much back on moving on TV. People tell me time and time again. But I get so much love back because it's an energy. And as I'm smiling, I feel amazing. I feel the love spreading through my whole body now towards all of whoever's watching, whoever isn't watching. I am giving you love. That's it. Because I smile with my eyes. I smile with every cell in my body. I smile at the beautiful, beautiful day I'm having in nature on my own with the birds. Not dancing, but in my feminine energy. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Course in Miracles tells me what I give, I receive. Try it. I am giving you a smile from the heart. And it feels good. So if you feel depressed, watch this. I love you. You are amazing. You are unique. You are the most incredible human on the planet. You are the most incredible person. Your life means everything to me. Everything to me. I love you. Even if no one else loves you, I love you. Because I love me. And this is for anyone who's feeling low or depressed or scared or challenged in any way. This is a little exercise for you to accept the love and then to go out and pay it forward. Pay it forward. Do it for someone else. It's called to give is to receive, guys. And when I smile at you, it comes back at me. The love comes back. It has to, like a boomerang. It's a boomerang effect. To give is to receive. When someone gives you a present, they feel so good, don't they? They feel so happy because they gave you a present. They used their masculine energy to give you a present, and then they got back their feminine energy in the love that they felt. I am giving you everything that I can at the moment on Moving On TV. And people say to me, oh, I'm not going to come on because you've got 0 viewers. And guess what? That person didn't come on and we got 12 viewers. So they missed out. Moving On TV is a special TV station. It's based on love. 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 Ahava. I love you. I love you. I don't know who you are or what you are, but I love you. Because I do. Because when I do that, I feel so good in my heart. And I love me. And so it's an exchange. It's give and take. Give and take. It's a boomerang effect. Love flows. Ahava in Hebrew. Ahava. What a beautiful word. To smile. Lechayech. Chai means alive. It means that when you're smiling, you're alive. L'chaim means to life. I love you. And that is how I stay sane every day. You want to learn? Ask me, I'll teach you. Without meds. That's my journey. My freedom, the health of my body and my mind is more important to me than anything now. And I have a life now that every single day is blessed in nature. I wish I could pitch a tent in Newenden and knock with this piece and Ellie. But this is my dream place. I want to live here. I can spread that love. I'm happy. And I can teach you guys how to be happy. God, you see me in my ups and downs. Just because I have sad days and breakdowns doesn't mean I'm not ascending. It doesn't mean I'm not happy. I'm happy being sad. I don't know if this makes sense, the paradox. I love crying. Crying, God gave you tear ducts for a reason. To cry with joy and to cry with sadness. I am the perfect example of someone who went from such depression, as you saw, trying to throw myself in the Marlow River last year, this time last year. The intense loneliness, not having anyone, to intense peace, not expecting anything from anybody except me. And it's a work in progress. Every single day I give you the love, let me teach you. Maybe I could earn a living by teaching you how to be like me. How to get happy. But I'm testing it. I don't think anyone is watching. But even if people are not watching, I feel good. I'm smiling and it feels, I can't, I feel good. I feel high. Try it. Do you know, every day now I would choose to sit in nature and do nothing. If I had the money, well, I'm earning at the moment, so I have no choice. To sit in nature and do nothing. I'm earning a tiny bit. It's growing slowly. But I'm doing the manifesting books with you, so please watch. Watch and learn. Learn how to manifest like I'm learning. I'm learning. Oh, I'm a pretty good manifester, but I've never really manifested good things as much as I'd like. Who's that? I just saw a comment. Watch Cosmic Hope Tarot, where I read to you about how to manifest. If you want to manifest money, you push the lever up. It's like a sound desk. And you push the lever up, keep pushing it up, up, to the highest vibration to manifest, because you cannot manifest abundance if you're down here thinking about lack. And I explained that in Divine Magic. So watch Cosmic Hope Tarot. The book is on there. There's free readings for all of you. I give and give and give. Not because I'm a martyr, but because I love it. I love it. I love my work. And one day I will earn. I will. I'm starting to earn a little bit. Who's that? Who's that? Liam, probably. You see, I get trolls. I get trolls. I get trolls. If it is you, yes, you are missed and loved. Very loved. If it is you, but... So, it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful feeling. And I get a lot of trolls, so I can't trust when old friends show up. Beautiful old friends show up. I can't trust if this is them or a troll. It's really hard because I get so many trolls. So, what was we talking about? What were we talking about? We're talking about divine. It's what you give, you receive. I've done a lot of... Liam said, oh my God's sake. You see, I get trolls and they take over my people that were friends with me. They take over their names. You know, it's just so unethical, and it's criminal, actually. I'd say criminal. And it doesn't suit the vibration at all. So I don't really know what they're trying to do. But anyway, let's carry on with the vibration we were in and ignore them. So I don't know. Yeah, so where were we? So we were talking about Cosmic Hope Tarot. I get these teenagers and they have no morals. They don't have any morals. Maybe a teenager in me that I don't know, but so it's beautiful today. The only thing I don't like is the noise of the traffic. It kind of takes away from the beauty, but that will calm down now. Silence. Silence. So we're talking about giving and receiving. Let's adapt that to the teenagers that are coming on here and messing around with moving on TV. Giving is receiving, right? Okay. So if I ignore them, just pour love on them. Problem is they get the wrong idea and all they do is stare down my cleavage. Or look at the fact that I've got a crooked tooth. I'm a woman. I have a cleavage. Live with it. I'm proud of it. I know about some women like me that were brought up that are big girls and we weren't allowed to show them off in a nice way. We were hunched over. Well, it's not me anymore, thanks to the ballet. And thanks to my twin flame journey. Working on my divine feminine. I have a right to be beautiful. You have a right to be beautiful. If you're a beautiful woman, you have a cleavage, show it off. It used to be a culture in the old days where they wore these, do you remember they wore those things that pushed them up? And all you could see was cleavages everywhere. Like in Victorian times. So, but to give is to receive. So they give me a gift. They trigger me. They trigger me into something, which is interesting. What are they giving me? A gift. So the masculine in me would be the part of me that would have a good them, that would get angry, that would take action to ban them or block them. Feminine is accepting it with grace. I accept it. I accept the lesson that me. Could it be jealousy that I'm not? In a way, it's nothing to do with it. Could it be that they play games with names of my friends and people that I can and mess around with my head? So that creates insecurity. What does that create in me? Okay, because I'm here to teach. And my bum hurts from sitting on this. In memory of David Kennedy. Synchronicity Kennedy. David Kennedy. Imagine creating a bench for your loved one. Ow, I've broken a nail. To give is to receive. As teenagers have triggered me, but they triggered me into, let's have a look at it. So here pretending to be people that I care about, say, and I haven't seen for a while. Maybe it's the confusion and remember we talked about that? And it's like, is it that person? Isn't that person? So the mind goes. So that's the masculine. It's analyzing. The masculine is analyzing. Is it? Isn't it? Well, it kind of feels sad because I miss that person. That's the feminine saying, I feel sad. The feelings I feel are feelings of sadness because I miss that person. Maybe. Give is to receive. So people are sent to test you. Everything's a lesson. They're your mirrors and your teachers. To give is to give like, hi, I love you. I love you, I love you. Maybe these teenagers need more love. Could that receptive part of me need more love? Of course, that's the answer. That's the answer. Love. It's always love. Unconditional compassion and love. For me, for that part of me, people, places and things. That's how I receive grace and love, the comments of these teenagers that trigger you. Because if you're in a space of perfect peace 1 minute and you feel really, really good, and then someone comes on and they do a comment that doesn't resonate, the reason you attract that is because it teaches you where you got triggered, and so it's a gift. But how can you attract something like that if you're in pure love? Interesting. So maybe I'm not in pure love. Maybe I'm in denial. Not sure. Am I in denial? Yeah, I suppose I am. There is a part of me that is sad. There is a part of me that is lonely. There is a part of me that misses people, places, things, the life I used to have, the stage. Yeah, and I feel it. Thanks to the gift that those teenagers gave me, I can feel it now. Thank you. So, there was a part of me that was in pure love, giving and giving. But maybe I don't manifest what I want because I'm not totally in pure love or totally in abundance. I go up and down like most people do these days. And so the book Divine Magic teaches you how to create balance. So let's be neutral here. God is neutral, love is neutral. Looking at Laurene here, I'm not going to judge myself. I'm not going, so let's see what this teenager says now. Laurene is getting horny over David Kenneth. Now, okay, this person is dead. And somebody set up a bench for this person because they loved them. And this teenager comes on and makes such an inappropriate remark. Can you believe it? No more. So how does that help the awakening journey that we are in? Okay, you're sitting here, that brings up grief in me. The grief. This teenager just brought up grief in me of missing my father. Because I never created a bench for my dad. I never created a bench for my dad. And so that teenager, by saying such an inappropriate remark, brought up my grief. So thank you, Jordan, for bringing up my grief. Because I haven't got over it. I don't think you ever get over losing your dad. I don't think you ever get over losing your loved ones. It's a work in progress. You work through it day by day. So, the masculine energy, which is the giver, is telling you exactly what happened here, because Jordan put in a very a message that was so inappropriate. I'm not reading that out, because when you watch this on movie on TV, I wouldn't read this out. So they're putting on inappropriate messages because they have no morals, and they're teenagers, so hormones are everywhere. So I'm ignoring it. But the masculine energy puts out the action, or says the statement, boom, this has caused me grief. Boom, I'm telling you, this has caused me grief. And the feminine is saying, I feel how much I miss my dad. Do you understand? The masculine is saying to you, you have a right to feel grief. The masculine is saying to me, ban these degenerate teenagers. I do, and they come back with another identity. But they're teaching me stuff. They're teaching me stuff. maybe when they put on such inappropriate messages, the masculine wants to ban them and block them, but the feminine is saying, hang on a second, what's this doing to you? Oh, there's fear. There's fear that moving on TV will get blocked because of their inappropriate messages. Fear. Feel it, Laurene. I feel the fear. Feel the fear. Feel it. So to a certain extent, I'm fake. Of course I'm fake. Because I cannot express pure love, can I? Part of me can express pure love, but the other part of me is dealing with these identities, these teenage identities that are coming up on Moving on TV. They're just identities. They're just projections of me, little projections of me. Just like when they diagnose borderline personality disorder, lots of little projections of things that you learned, that they gave you a label for. You're all got BPD, every single one of you. Because you're manifesting your mom, your dad, your cousins, your aunts, the system, your fears, the martyr. I proved it. The vanishing twin, the womb twin survivor. So all of these identities are coming up now for some reason to be cleared and loved. So the masculine energy wants to go, boom, you're getting a get off. These people, okay, so he said, someone is on here that I am protecting myself from because my boss, who I work for, has told me not to have anything to do with them, and so I trust the people I work for. I trust God. I do not trust this person. That's the masculine. Block them. Cut them out. The feminine is saying, no, hang on. Feel it, Laurene. Feel it. Feel what they're doing to you. To give is to receive. I am receiving as a feminine. If I say that I am purely in love today, I'm fake. A part of me is in love with life, a part of me is happy, a part of me is in perfect peace, but not all of it, because if it was, there is no way on this planet I could have attracted that vibration of these teenagers. No way. I attracted anger, I attracted sexual innuendos, I attracted cruelty, I attracted a lack of morals, which are identities of the human side of me on this planet. There's a part of me that has no morals. There's a part of me that is angry. Because if there wasn't, I couldn't attract it. Do you understand? So they have given me a gift that I am receiving. They gave, I received. They are purely in their masculine energy, and that is teaching me maybe that I am too much in my masculine energy. These are teenagers that obviously were not loved enough. They're lost. They've got nothing else to do. So they troll. They're bored. They're scared. They drink. They do whatever. So the masculine in me is telling you that. The feminine in me is saying, where are you in that equation, Laurene? Where's your teenager that got lost? Because I never had teens. So they are just the identities of the teenager that I never had a teens. I never had a teen. I never had my teens. I never had teens. Okay? Not like most teenagers. I had no friends. I had no life. I had no boyfriends. I had no fun. I had no teens. So they are completely lost and wild. because I have a part of me that is lost and wild. That's it. You can't attract them if you're not. Once they go and never come back, that means that I have not got that in me anymore, and it may not happen. It may not happen. So you have to love that part. So I love my teenager. I love the wild, crazy, silly, cruel, sad, addicted, wild, I said that, hormonal teenager that I am, that is manifesting in these young people. I love it. And the minute I embrace it, do you see how infantile they are? So I'm infantile, thank you. I've attracted it for a reason. I gave something, or I gave anger and I blocked him. So this is how he gives back. He can only give back on the vibration that he is. And he's on a very low vibration, because I was told to block him because he's on a low vibration. But if I become neutralized here, that is not my problem. If he's on a low vibration and I've attracted him, then I must have a low vibration. Oh my God, there's darkness in me. Oh, I've got darkness. I've got this horrible, disgusting teenager in me. Like Dennis the Menace, or do you remember Harry Enfield, the horrible teenager? I am that teenager. If I wasn't, there's no way Liam could be on here. Do you understand? He's not even a teenager. He's actually 24. But he has the morals of a 10-year-old and the brain of a 5-year-old. Not even. I know 5-year-olds that have more than that. But he has the darkness in him. And so do I. This is my shadow. And this is so healing. Because I don't act out on it, they're showing it to me. The teenagers are showing it to me. And the young people that are coming on here, they're giving me back pain because I blocked them. So to give is to receive. That's what it is. And I can't block them at the moment because I'm on my mobile. But don't worry, it doesn't matter if I block them. They've given me the gift of knowing that I am that. So it's my job to now go inside as a feminine, get my journal out and write, where am I behaving like a disgusting Neanderthal kid? Totally masculine and no feminine energy whatsoever. So I'm fake. I'm fake because I cannot love as much as I'd like to, because I have that in me. Maybe I have more light sometimes when I first came on. Then they came on and triggered the shadow and the darkness in me. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. I've got all the time in the world to work through it. It doesn't bother me. Because they think they can bother me, and they think the more they come on here, the less I react to them, but I use this in order to understand the shadow in me. The less they will be abusive, because I won't be able to manifest it anymore. Do you understand? So thank you, Liam, so much for the cruelty, for the darkness, for the shadow, for the crap that you're piling on. They're making me laugh. Sorry. They're making me laugh because what they do is they want me to think. They put on the names of people I care about and they mix them up. And okay, so it's funny. Martin McDonald. Yeah, that's a nice combination of two people that I care about. Martin McDonald. Martin McDonald. Oh, Martin! Martin McDonald! That's my Martin! Of course it is. It's his Facebook. Martin! Martin. My Martin. Martin, who now is my best mate. Martin. Again, trigger, trigger, trigger. There's still love. 26 years, you can't just not love someone. You're not spending your life with them, but you can love them. So trigger, 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 trigger. The mind comes in. You know, these teenagers are amazing. They're giving me an opportunity to really feel. Lauren Francis not too well. They're doing me, my identities. How do they do it? I wish these people would spend some time actually developing moving on TV in a positive way. It's crazy. Oh my God. Oh, my bum hurts. No doubt they'll have a comment about that. My bum hurts. Oh. As I said, you can only attract what you are. So if they put something on there and it really pisses me off, then I'll go inside and what was that? What was that? Why did that piss you off, Lauren? Because if you don't believe it, it can't piss you off. If it upsets you, then you've got to do some work on it. Maybe I'm jealous because they're teenagers and I'm not. That part of me that knows I'm not a teenager, that part of me that has been here for a long time, maybe she's jealous, quite possibly. And that's why I attract them, to push that button in me. Because to give is to receive. This is all about giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. What you give, you get back. What you give, you get back. So they're giving me all these gifts. I'm a pensioner. Now would that bother me? Not anymore. I embraced my little old lady. I love you, Lauren. I've embraced my little old lady. You should be so lucky to have a little old lady like me. I'm lucky to have a little old lady like me. A little old lady that can do anything except climb a tree and do a cartwheel. She can do anything, anything. I'm learning to embrace the age of the body. The starseed is millions and millions of years. Hang on, Lauren. Pause. Did this affect you? This is the feminine energy asking, the nurturing, the loving mother. Did that affect you? You're a pensioner. No, didn't. Honestly, it didn't make me feel anything. That's because I've embraced my little old lady now. I did it officially. So my feminine accepts with grace and says it didn't actually affect me. I'm 5 million years old. The body is younger. No, it didn't affect me. Other things affected me from the teenagers. The attachments, but not the age, which is really interesting. Means I must have gone past that. Wow. To give is to receive. So they gave me a gift. And I now know that I've come to terms with my age. And it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm proud of me. What woman my age can dance like that? What woman my age can have so much fun and be so happy and jump around and run TV stations and sing and look at me, I'm gorgeous, I'm a goddess. What woman my age has a cleavage like that? And legs to die for. You tell me, what woman my age has legs like that? Doesn't happen, does it? Just saying, that's the masculine. Proving that I'm okay with it. But I am. It's taken me years to be okay with that. I'm healing this beautiful leg at the moment. I'm healing it. Oh my God, it's actually healing. It's actually healing. Without medicine, it's healing. Who can do that? I challenge thee. No women my age look like this. Except Janie, of course. Janie. But Janie and I are starseeds. Only starseeds can look like this at the age on this planet that we are. I may not be able to have children anymore. Well, I could never have children anyway. Just didn't happen, did it? Thank God. Can you imagine me being as free as this if I'd had kids? Don't think so. I'd be worrying about them doing, you know what? I don't need that. I'm free. I'm free. All I've got to think about is me and 2 cats. That's the masculine again. Projecting, telling you. The feminine is saying, thank you. To give is to receive. You see, they've gone. Maybe they've gone because they knew that whatever they did, it would actually work against them in some way today. So, when we feel we're in feminine, when we feel we're in the feminine, and I feel sad, there is sadness, there is grief, there is sadness. Am I avoiding something by not going home? Maybe. As I said, to feel is the feminine. Do you feel sad today? Then feel it. I feel it. Thanks to those teenagers, I can admit that I am not 100% happy. I am not 100% in love, which is fine. That's life. How can you be with the madness that goes on? I keep myself to myself. I protect myself on a daily basis because I can't cope with most of what's going on. So, I choose my friends very carefully. I'm here to teach you. And if you're 19 years old or 20, I'm telling you to try and listen to someone who's got a lot of life experience. Someone that doesn't need medication. Not for this. I'm not going to go as far as say I never take medication for the body because I don't. Hang on. I am going to go as far as that. Except when I broke my leg and I was in hospital, I had no choice. But one day at a time, everything is healing naturally with massage, with rest, self-massage, rest, water, nature, aconite, not aconite, arnica cream, which you put on it, no dancing. The mind is creativity. The feminine is what heals my mind. Crying, feeling, nurturing myself with lovely food, salads, giving myself, having a nice bath, pampering me, cuddling my cats. The masculine is looking for work. The feminine is saying, you're not well. You haven't been able to do very much since you overdid something. So now you need to rest, Laurene. That's the feminine. That's the loving mother. I have a... Okay, so the reason I'm sane without meds is because I have a balance between my masculine and my feminine, okay? I'd say. The feminine is self-nurturing, eating well, sleeping, resting, singing, dancing, being happy, being in nature, meditation, feeling, crying. Cuddling the cats, the softness of Pete's and Ellie's fur, the sensations, that's all the feminine. Looking at beautiful flowers, breathing in breath, that's the feminine. Hugs, hugs of the feminine. Mothering me. The masculine is taking action, making a meal, getting in the car, driving to Uendon, teaching, speaking to you. The action of dance, not what it makes me feel, but the action. The tap dancing when it's under control, the running of moving on TV, the blocking of people I don't want on it, the interviewing, the picking up the phone and ringing the friends, the picking up the phone and ringing for outreach. The feminine is gratitude. The masculine is the action of what I'm doing here with the leg is the masculine thing because it's an action. The feminine is the sensation, I'd say, the sensation. That's how I stay sane without medication. The masculine is setting goals and going to kind of interviews to try and get work. The masculine is being down to earth and grounded, doing my work, and that's why I'm getting the karma, the good karma. So that's why I stay sane without medication, okay? If there's anything I can teach you, if you want to learn, if people don't believe it, well, that's not my problem. Everybody who knows me knows the truth. Why would I want to be sick physically from the side effects? It's just not going to happen. I'm a starseed and I'm an earth angel, and I'm here to teach. And I love my body so much that there is no way I'm going to put poison in it, any kind of poison. Whether it's meds with side effects that are going to kill me, where it says death, bladder problems and everything that I've already got, thank you. There's no point. Why would I want to do that? So if I'm here to teach you anything today, I can teach you how to get well because I am. And I'm working on the physical. God knows I've released so many things without meds. Toothache, inflammations, the knee that I broke, lumps and bumps in the body, so many things with the mind, the body and the spirit, with everything that I've been taught by my mentors. And I'm still learning and learning. But one thing I do know is how not to take, how not to need medication, because I was in a therapeutic community for nearly 2 years on the NHS. So if this place, well, whatever, I don't see it going back to a level where you'll be able to get into one, not for a long time. Watch my film, How to Stay Sane in a Crazy World. I give you 10 techniques. Halt, don't get too hungry, too angry, too lonely, too tired. And one of the biggest things that keeps me sane is the 12 steps. I am totally powerless. The 12 steps, action, masculine. But then you hand it over to God, to the feminine, to that power, which is all encompassing of everything. But to me, it's handing it over to a loving mum or a loving dad. Love is feminine. The action of love is masculine. See, they're gone. Maybe they went because I learnt my lesson. Interesting. So that's the lesson about giving and receiving today. Please subscribe to Moving On TV. Please subscribe to Cosmic Hope Tarot, because on there you will get a lot of free readings for your signs, lots of twin flame information, training on there as well, because I'm going through a twin flame experience, which is making me into the balanced divine feminine that I am. Thank you. And what else? Reading books, how to manifest. I love talking to you. I love teaching. I love that feeling is the feminine. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. Why would I bother? I'm not doing it for views, obviously. I love teaching, because if you can do what I'm doing, we can have a better world, and then I know I'm here for a reason. I know that I'm here for a reason. I'm an earth angel, starseed, who came here to teach you to feel first. And as you sat with me, you saw me go from perfect love into fear, into anger, to being triggered, to feeling like a teenager. You saw it all on here. It's beautiful. It's synchronistic. I'm really grateful that they came on here, because by them coming on here, I was able to show you how you get triggered. And of course, to manifest, you have to try not to be triggered. And it's not easy, not the way we're living. And that is the law of neutralization, where you rise above. Let me give you an example. Hang on a sec. Just adjust myself. The law of neutralization, what is it? Okay, I'll give you an example. Say you've got a difficult teenager, a difficult teenager, and you can't cope with them, right? You don't know what to do, right? Because you are the parent, you're not going to be neutral. There's no way you can help that child or that young person, because you love them too much. Why could I do what I did with these? Well, because I don't love them. They're not my kids. They're just identities that I really don't want, if you know what I mean. So I love them in a neutral way, but thank God they go back to their own mum and dad, you know what I mean? Thank God. God, what kind of parents did they have that they can come on here and say the things they do? No parenting whatsoever, no healthy boundaries. Anyway, let me come back to what I was saying here. So you have a difficult teenager, you will probably not be able to get through to them at all. Well, because you're too close to it. You're too close to it. if you're a mom or a dad, they'll probably rebel against you, first of all. And they'll do what they want to do, not what you want them to do, okay? They'll do the opposite. And you will get angry with them, and it will upset you, and it's going to cause friction, and you're not going to get anywhere. So then you use the law. You can't use the law of neutralization if you're a mom or a dad. It's impossible, because you're too attached. Not unless you're in Buddhist consciousness. If you're in Buddhist consciousness and in Jesus consciousness, then there are no special relationships. So how do you explain twin flames? I don't know how Jesus explains twin flames, but never mind. Well, because they are you. That's different. You're not relating to, they are you. They're your soul, okay? So they are you. But I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about someone that you brought into the world and you are struggling with them, that teenager, that kid, that child or whatever. And they do everything the opposite of what you tell them because they're rebelling, because they're in their teens. You will not be able to help them in any way, shape or form. So that's because you're not neutral. So you need to have someone like an aunt or a friend or a counselor come into the equation, because then they are neutral. They are standing outside watching the situation. There you are, there's the teenager, there's the child or the kid or whatever. There's the big issue between you, like, tidy your room. No, I don't want to, can't be bothered. You know what I mean? Teenager. I'm not tidying my room for you. F off. Feck off, because you're allowed to say feck off and moving on TV. Right? No way. Okay? So you get angry and then they see your anger, and that anger is projected onto them because you give and you receive. You give, you receive. You cannot just love them unconditionally. If the room is like disgusting, you know, and you're a parent and come on. You have to teach them healthy boundaries. Obviously, these teenagers had no healthy boundaries. And Laurene, your masculine is getting out of control. So take a breath now. Okay. So you bring in someone who's neutral. Could be a friend, a counselor. Because they stand above you. They see everything from a different point of view. It's their job. It's like marriage guidance. They tell you to listen to them and vice versa. I know a lot about how to have a good relationship because on and off I had a good marriage. But only when we went to marriage guidance. Because that person was able to get him to listen to me and me to listen to him. Because we were so incompatible. And it took a long time to be able to do that. We wanted different things. And that's why we're good friends. It's easier to be friends. We don't need anything from each other. Except to be there for each other as friends. But anyway, the neutral thing, it's a lot easier now to help Martin. Because I'm not stuck in it. It doesn't affect me personally, and the same for him. It's easier for him to help me because he's more neutral, because friends are more neutral than a proper relationship, like a marriage. So what I'm saying is, in A Course in Miracles, Jesus said that you have to be neutral like God, because God watches everything. And God doesn't judge. So that person, that aunt or uncle or that friend, as long as there's no attachment from the child, well, to a certain extent, they will do what that aunt wants because they relate in a different way. They're not punishing that aunt, so they will tidy their room. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't work, then you bring in a coach or you bring in someone who's completely neutral. They listen to, okay, well, you listen to your mum. And then your mum says, listen, sweetheart, I really love you, but I cannot live like this. It's making me so unhappy. I'm not very good with chaos. It makes me feel ill. And then that child sits and listens and says, oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it. Do you understand the difference? That's the feminine. And then you have a conversation with someone in the middle, because you cannot do that without that, what do you call it? the person in the middle, that teenager will say, the mum says what they'll say, look, I really need you to tidy your room. You can do this with yourself. You can release loads of stuff. It's the journey, Brandon-based journey. You can release anger with your parents, like go back to your childhood and say, Mom, you never loved me. And let her answer, I loved you. No, you never loved me, because you're neutral now. You're neutral. You're doing it as a, in a different way. Obviously, this is a different thing. But I'm talking about if you're struggling with a kid, a teenager, or a child, then if you bring in a buffer, that's the answer. The buffer, the person in the middle, they may say to you, you know what, Mom? I'm going off with my friends now. F off. I don't want to tidy my room. I don't give a shit about you. But if you get that buffer, and that child understands that you mean business, then you'll get results. Because the mum can then say to them, look, I really need you to tidy your room, okay? And the buffer will say to the child, what did mums just say? I really need you to tidy your room, Lauren. Right, okay. And then the mum, what did Lauren just say? I really need you to tidy your room. Yeah, okay, you get it? And then it goes backwards and forwards. You listen to each other. Okay? And then the mother, and then the buffer says to Lauren, Lauren, do you realize, sweetheart, that this is feminine energy? Do you realize, sweetheart, that your mom feels sick when she looks at the chaos of your bedroom? And then little Lauren might say something, well, so what? I don't care. She's never nice to me. She's never nice to me. What should I care? Oh, why is little Lauren a cockney? She's never nice to me. I don't want to tidy my room because... And then the buffer will say, but why don't you want to tidy your room, Lauren? And she'll say, well, I don't like tidying my room because it annoys Mum. Okay, so you're getting to, this is it. It annoys Mum. And then the buffer says to the child, Lauren, but why do you want to annoy your mum, Lauren? Well, because she doesn't love me at all. She doesn't love me. She never does anything for me. She never goes anywhere. We never play together. We never do anything together. So this way I get loads of attention from her. So there. Okay, you see where we're going here? So you go back to the mother. The buffer says, did you hear her? What did she say? So the mum will say, she said, I don't love her. She said, we never go anywhere together. So this is her way of getting attention from me. And the buffer said, okay, little Lauren, what did your mum just say? She said that, I said that she doesn't love me and that this is my way of getting attention from my mummy. Okay, and then the buffer says to the mother, you're the adult. Is there anything you can do with Lauren, with little Lauren, to give her some attention? Maybe this is going to help the situation. And then, okay, ask little Lauren, what would she like you to do together? And then the buffer says to little Lauren, what would you like your mum to do with you today? And little Lauren says, I would like if she played with me and my dolls and we could comb the hair of my dolls and then we can make a meal and I could put all my dolls around the table and we can all eat together. But Mummy doesn't let me do that at all. And that's why I don't like her. And so I will not tidy my room. Okay, so you get it? You get the crux of the matter. So the buffer says to the mum, why won't you let Lauren put all her little dolls around the table and make a meal? And the mother says, oh, I don't know, it's messy and she doesn't tidy up afterwards and you know where we're going here. And then the buffer says to little Lauren, did you hear what your mum said? And she says, Mummy says it's messy and I never tidy up. And then she says, okay, what do you want to ask from little Laurene? So the mother says, okay, little Laurene, I agree. We will have a meal with all your dolls. We'll put them all around the table together, but you must tidy up. And the buffer says to little Laurene, did you hear that? What did your mummy say? Mummy said that if we have a meal together with all my dolls, I have to tidy up afterwards. And I quite like tidying up, it's fun, but only if Mummy does it with me, because I want to do things with Mummy and I want her to pay attention to me. And then why can't we tidy my room together? Okay, you see what's happening now? The solutions that are coming up. And then the buffer will say, oh my God, Laurene, big Laurene, do you think you could tidy the room with little Laurene? And the mother says, oh, I would love to do that with little Laurene. Let's do it together. And that's it. And then, because I love you so much, sweetheart. I love you so much, sweetheart. I am your mummy and I love you. And we will tidy your room together and we will have a party with all of your dolls. And then we'll tidy the table together. Okay, I'll even make you a cake. We'll make a cake together. Do you see what happened there? Do you see what happened? And then they hug, and that's it. Why can't you do that with yourself? You can do it with yourself. So you do it with the parts in you. So to give is to receive. Did you see the feminine was the buffer? Yeah? But she was in her feminine, she was kind, she was gentle, she was loving, and she pulled out the feminine, the love, between little Laurene and older Laurene. The mother and the child kind of dynamic. And guess what happens? They tidy the room together. Laurene gets loads of hugs from big Laurene. That's it. You've solved your teenager's issue. If you can't, then come to me, I'll do it. I've just proved it to you. There's usually a reason, and it's usually the lack of love. There's usually a reason these things happen, and it's usually lack of love. It's a child that doesn't feel loved enough. It's a mother that doesn't know how to give the love. And when you bring, I want to cry here because it feels that if you can do that, let me know. If you can solve your teenager's issues or your child's issues, please let me know. And if not, then let me help you. Because I'm the neutral one. I'm the buffer. I have nothing to gain from this. Nothing. And it can be done between a husband and a wife. It can be done between friends. The only way you can have friends is when they listen to each other. Relationships, friends. You have to put your side. I've upset a lot of people in life, and I've apologized. And I can only do my best not to do it again by learning my lessons. But if they won't accept the apology, there's no way we can be friends. And it's always two people, because to give is to receive. So I did something and they received it in some way. And then they gave me back something. It's energy, it flows. They gave me back the gift of going inside and understand that my masculine energy is too strong. And that's why I am teaching you from the heart to grow my feminine energy more, to love and love and love. So I'm going to come back to the beginning of this lesson, and I'm going to do nothing but stare at you with love. I love you. 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 Words are masculine. This isn't. I love that part of me that is Liam. I love the teenage part of me. I love the wisdom that just taught you how to get through to your kids. Thank you. I love that part of me that is Liam, that is blocked. It's called self-protection. I love me to protect me like a loving mum would protect me. And so now I'm protecting me because I have a loving mum and a loving dad. So there you go. So I hope you learned something there. I enjoyed teaching. I've really got to go home to the cats and feed them, or else they're going to be in their masculine energy, meowing at me, and I could do this all day and all night. I love it. I love teaching. I'm a speaker and a teacher, and I love it. I love the wisdom that I've been given as a starseed and an earth angel to be able to teach this. And maybe one day I'll earn money. That would be nice from what I'm teaching. So thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And as I say, if you have got a child that is not, you're not getting through to, hand them over to me. I'll sort them out. With you. I will be the loving buffer that comes between you. All it is listening to each other. Listening to each other. Like, why does Liam have to come on here? And it's like listening. He's hurting. Obviously he's hurting. These people must be hurting to degrade other people. You know, you must be feeling pain inside. Some kind of pain. I don't degrade people, but I have a temper. And the temper is the masculine energy when it goes out of control. And I'm avoiding something. Part of me doesn't want to go home, but why not? I've got presents waiting for me to unwrap. Peace and Ellie, my babies, beautiful food to cook. And a lovely evening with Peace and Ellie cuddled up. You see, as I said, people that make comments that I'm not going to repeat, obviously, they're unhappy. Because they're either unhappy or drunk, so they're out of control. And that's why they do it. I'm here to change lives. I'm here to teach you love. But healthy boundaries is also very important. That's your masculine. Your masculine will teach you healthy boundaries, protect yourself. And if an energy isn't good for you, you must not be around it. You must not be around it. That's your masculine, but you will feel in your feminine, your intuition. And if you can't do that, then someone will step in and do it for you. And I'm very grateful to whoever stepped in and did it for me. I love you guys. Have a beautiful evening. I'm going to go now. It's getting cold. Ooh, there's 3 people on here. I'm not going to go. But I am getting cold, so I'm going to put this on. Now, oh, it's not upside down, inside out. Because if it was and it bothered you, then I'd be very interested why. Are you a perfectionist? Someone said to me, when I wear this, I look like a teddy bear. The teddy bear, that's a feminine energy. Teddy bear. I'm a teddy bear. I'm a teddy bear. I'm a teddy bear. There you go. Teddy bear. I'm a teddy bear. I'm a teddy bear. Cuddle me. Cuddle yourself, guys. Cuddle yourself, guys. I'm not reading the comments anymore. They're just inconsequential. If anybody really wants to talk to me, they know where I am. So cuddle yourself, hold yourself, hug yourself, love yourself. Listen to the birds. I've done 10-day retreats, you know, at Amravati. I used to do 10-day silent retreats, believe it or not. I love them. But it usually takes about 2 to 3 days before the mind stops, before the mind calms down. When you're doing silent retreats, it takes about 2 to 3 days. The mind starts to go crazy, and then it starts to slow down. I hope I'll be able to download this so you'll be able to watch it on maybe on TV. Because I don't know, sometimes with restream it looks ridiculous. Now why is that eye darker? That eye is the left, and the left is the feminine. And it's a bit blocked, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? The feminine. See, I'm discovering new things all the time. The left side of your body is the feminine side. The emotional side, the mother figure. Aha, but remember what I told you. My mother was the masculine and my father was the feminine. That explains a lot, Lauren. It does. We talked about that yesterday, remember? When we did the tarot on Moving on TV. I don't know if any of you were on there. But it can confuse you a lot. It can cause bipolar, because it can cause you to have bipolar tendencies because your mother was the masculine and your father was the feminine. And it's very confusing to the child. So you're not brought up with knowing exactly what those energies are until you literally have to experience it the hard way. And then you learn the hard way, don't you? Like I have. When you're in too much masculine, the body will rebel like a child that won't tidy its room. And so you have to love that child. And I am loving it. My lovely leg is being loved back. Your body teaches you everything. Your body is a barometer. And that's another reason why I don't take medication, because when I was in hospital, the only time I had to, I was sick non-stop because of the medication. So that was, as far as I was concerned, as soon as I got out of hospital, they all went, it was like massive pharmacy, went in the bin. Or went back to the pharmacy, I think. Because my body is a barometer. It tells me straight away, boom. Took a bit longer with the tap dancing, but we got there. Your body is your barometer, and so is your mind, your emotions. So if you don't feel happy, you're being told something needs to change in your life. If the body aches or the body is not doing what you want, then it means something's not right. You're in too much masculine, remember? You're too much masculine energy, you'll get pain. You'll get inflammations, pain, everything coming up. Because the masculine is very active energy. The feminine is gentle and loving and calming. So you get back into your feminine, self-nurture, love yourself. Don't talk as much, Lauren, but I'm teaching, so I'm allowed to. I love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening, all of you. I hope you've learned something, even the terrible teens that come on here. I hope they've learned something that will help them create a better life, because God knows we need a better world than this. And if they stay in the vibration that they were on here, then there's no chance for humanity at all, obviously. So, I love you guys. Take care. Namaste. Bye.